Alright, okay, I'll do it. God, he's so annoying. So I just did a video where I looked through one of the songs from Wish, explained why the lyrics were stinky. In general, the lyrics of this movie are just awkward. They don't sound good in the rhythm. Flows about as well as a river wet concrete, or they just don't make any sense. So I went through the song, explained what I thought was wrong, and then tried to fix it, because it was honestly kind of a shame. These songs, they it felt like they had a lot of potential, which Disney kind of snuffed out by giving the writers no time, and also I think hiring pop writers instead of musical theater writers, a lot went wrong. They've totally shit the bed, and I want to help these songs to get to the best they can be. Now, am I saying that my songwriting is the best? But anyway, you guys seemed to enjoy it when I did that the first time, so I'm doing that again. This time with the song that probably rubbed the most people the wrong way. This is the thanks I get, the quote-unquote villain song of Wish. And if you haven't seen this movie, just wait, and you'll know exactly what I mean by that. Okay. Let's watch it. I couldn't find the actual scene, so we're just gonna watch the lyric video. The song is what's important, though. Let's just do it. I can't help it if mirrors of my face. It's genetics. Yeah, I got it genes from outer space. So just for context, this song, it happens right after the scene where he's like talking to the people in his kingdom. Then the people start like questioning what he's doing, like, and now he's pissed off about it. And then the first thing he says is, man, I'm fucking hot. I just don't see how that's like relevant. I can't help it if mirrors love my face. I mean, I guess at this comment, I guess it's just him like talking to himself and being like, you're a good king, those people are stupid. But I just think there's a better way to say that. Like, he's making it sound like the main thing he's mad about is that people don't think he's hot enough, or no, that he's too hot. Anyway, that line needs to go. And then he says, it's genetics. Yeah, I got these genes from outer space. I got these genes from outer space. First off, saying genetics and genes in the same bar is just absurdly lazy. But also, I got these genes from outer space. Huh? I mean, maybe he's talking about his, like, magic that he got from outer space, but that's not genetics. They explained at the beginning that he was just a guy who, until something happened to him, and he was like, he decided to learn magic. It's quite literally not genetics. So what are you talking about? What's a better way to open this villain song than him talking about how hot he is? Like, I can't help it if you don't know the way. I can't help it if you don't see the way. See, now we're making it about him being mad that people aren't respecting his authority, not how hot he is. Space! Peep the name, I'm magnificent! I put the I in omnipotent! Yeah, I don't get this line either. I put the I in omnipotent. I put the I in omnipotent. See, it's one of those things where it sounds right until you think about it. Usually when people say, I put the this in this, it works because the thing you put in the thing means something. You ever heard someone say, I put the cool in school? Cool is a word, and then you shove it into school, and it's another word. It makes sense. So, what do you mean when you say you put the I in omnipotent? At what, like the first person pronoun? You put you in omnipotent, like, no, man, stop.
Someone praise me for my benevolence. Just look. I'd give the clothes off Benito's back if you really needed that.
I'd give the clothes off Benito. Is this an example he's giving of his benevolence? Because this is not what benevolence is. And yeah, maybe the point of the song is to say that he thinks he's benevolent, but he's not, but also he's not stupid. Like, and then the next line,
I'll be the first one to volunteer, Henry, if your home were to crumble.
like that, he's like mentioning people that he is putting in harm's way on purpose. Does he know that he's evil or not? Does he think he's helping? Why are you saying this? Okay, why did the fan on my laptop start making noise all of a sudden? Hold on. It's so egregious that I'm trying to think of a reason why would you write that in? Why would you say that?
Oh, I'll let you live here for free, and I don't even charge you rent.
Whew. Now this is just absurd. Like, I didn't think I'd have to do this, but the sentence, I let you live here for free and I don't even charge you rent, is fucking redundant, because if you're letting someone live there for free, that means you're not charging them rent. And this could have been easily remedied by not using the word and, where it makes it sound like you're going to elaborate and say something different, but instead you just said the same thing twice. I feel like I'm stopping so often that instead of stopping and then thinking of how to rewrite the lyric, I'm just gonna go through the whole thing and then write it.
I clean up all your messes, and I'm always there when you need to vent.
Is that true though? Because the movie makes it seem like you're pretty reclusive. You stay in your tower because you're the king and you have important stuff to do. Asha hadn't seen you until this movie, so I don't think you are always there when they need to vent, huh? Magnifico. It's just a little respect. And this is the thanks I get. This is the thanks I get. Okay, yeah, here's where it starts to lose me. Now, up until this point, the sort of instrumental, that it's not quite evil, but the sort of upbeat tone works, sort of, because he's not fully evil yet.
Give and give and give. You'd think they'd all be content.
But then we get to this part, and it's just... Doesn't make any sense.
The thanks I get.
So that's definitely the first thing I would remove if I were to remake the instrumental of this song. This is the thanks I get. This is the thanks I get. Yeah, so riveting lyrics. Yeah, I remember that classic song from The Lion King. I think it went like, be prepared, be prepared. Be prepared. Just singing the hook over and over like this, it's too pop. Like, they're focusing too much on having this catchy hook. This is the thanks I get. And it sucks. At least for the context of it being a villain song. So instead of this is the thanks I get, it should be a spoken line where he's like, this is the thanks I get. Something like that. Or at least make it minor key, you know?
You're so brilliant. Oh, that's the least you could say.
Okay, the timing of that lyric was odd. That's the least you could say. Yeah, so another example of not stressing the correct syllables.
Hey, there's more. Admit it. You're cute and strong and bold and brave. Thanks.
You're cute and strong and bold and brave. I like that line. That's a fun line, you know. He's talking to himself, trying to hype himself up. I'm looking for good things. Look, contrary to popular belief, I like liking things.
Too
young and bold and brave. Hey, this building, I built it up, and you still complain. Ungrateful much. Are you sure that you're not the prob? I love to see you try and do my job. Huh?
I built it up, and you still complain. Ungrateful much.
Yeah, struggling to figure out what it is I don't like about that. Maybe it's just the way he says it. You know what this song could do with? Being slower. I think that would sound less awkward if you said it slower.
Are you sure that you're not the prob?
Yeah, and then he says, are you sure that you're not the prob? Who says that? Like, ever?
That's a high percent. And now you're questioning your king?
And now you're questioning your king? I mean, not only does the emphasis not fall on the right syllable, but Chris Pine seems to not get that and is just stressing it even more than he needs to.
And now you're questioning your king? Disrespect I just underwent.
This disrespect I just under. I feel like okay, so they're obviously trying to find rhymes for get, because that's the title of the song, but it's just weird. He's saying these unnatural things that just sound so strange just so they can rhyme, and they don't have to. Like, find a different rhyme and then still end with "this is the thanks I get."
You know I always got your back. Yeah, really though it's no sweat. Since the day you were born and the day that we met.
Since the day you were born and there's something about that line that doesn't make sense. Like, if I had got your back since the day you were born, you don't need to then go and say, and I've also had your back since the day that we met. This happens several times too. They just say redundant things to fill words. And this is the thanks I get. This is the thanks I get. This is like, it's ridiculous, Frank. It's frankly preposterous. Nonsensical, if you will.
I didn't want to do this. I swore I'd never do this. But I'm hypnotized by these pages flip.
Yeah, so this is, now the music is changing to more villainy music, and this is what I feel like needs to happen through more of the song instead of like the "I didn't want to do this." That part, that is good. That is, yeah, he delivers that line really menacingly. Like, Chris Pine, he does a good voice acting job through the rest of this movie. He just doesn't sound like a villain when they're making him sing this bullshit.
But I'm hypnotized by how these pages flip, cause I refuse to have my power stripped.
But I'm hypnotized by how these pages flip, because I refuse to have my power stripped. Just feels off. It's just the pronunciation of that line is awkward.
To this book I don't want to be tethered, but desperate times call for desperate measures.
To this book I don't want to be tethered, but... I would have slightly changed the timing of that one. You would go, to this book I don't want to be tethered, but desperate times call for desperate measures. I would also work on that rhyme. It's not great.
To this book I don't want to be tethered, but
he says, to this book I don't want to be tethered, but... I don't know, it kind of makes it sound like "but" is part of the rhyme.
Where was I? Oh yeah. There's a traitor in this town.
Yeah, so now we're back to this.
There's a traitor in this town, and still I remain unbent.
There's a traitor in this town, and my whole family just got murdered by a psychopath with an axe. Yeah, I really hated them, and now I don't have to pay my taxes. What? I don't know. Let's keep going.
Come out now. Explain yourself. I'm sure it's all just an accident. Well, whoever finds them first.
Yeah, the song lines and the spoken lines are not meshing well. It just sounds like shit. When songs combine song lines and spoken lines, I don't know, there's a better way of doing it. Well, whoever finds them first, well, that's a wish well spent. Now, honestly, keeping you safe should be worth every cent. What is he talking about? I forget. Who is he talking to? Keeping you safe should be worth every cent. He's either talking about keeping the traitor safe, which is probably not it, or keeping the person who finds the traitor safe. Guess, weird thing to like end the verse with right before you go into the chorus. Also, like, worth every cent of what? The use of that phrase implies like the involvement of money, which there isn't. These are the things that you need to think about before writing things and then including them in your feature film. This is the thanks I get. Oh, this is the thanks I get. Okay, so yeah, Chris Pine's doing his best there. And you know, they're trying with the visuals, but the music is clashing so hard. Oh, like, oh my god. Like, how about this? Is there just the instrumental we can listen to? Yeah, it sounds like the end of a Disney Channel sitcom intro. Exceptional, exceptional. And there was that one part where we got like a taste of the villain song music. Like, this is... Like, that's good shit. That's great. That is so good. That's such good villain stuff. What went wrong with the rest of it? Anyway, the song's a disaster. What can we do about it? I don't know how I should change the part where he's like, I'd give the clothes off Benito's back. Okay, here's what I got. I give you food, I will give you clothes. I took out Benito. I feel like he should be mentioning people by name. I give you food, I will give you clothes, if you really need them most. Saying it this way is putting less emphasis on the taking away from someone else and more on the giving to the other person. Want to volunteer my troops, I don't know, just, again, I don't want to just say Henry, because it doesn't make any sense, like, what? And so I sat at my desk, rewriting the lyrics of this shitty song for, like, 2 hours. It was way too long. I ended up changing basically every single line, and I realized that it would be boring as shit if I just showed you every single time I changed something, so I just did a little summary. So I scrapped the I let you live here for free line. I welcomed you all here from nearby cities and distant lands. And the main goal there was to not have to repeat the same rhyme like 5 times. He just got kind of exhausted after he said rent, and then vent, and then content, and then respect, and then this is the thanks I get. By the time we got to the hook, the rhyme was played out. In my head, there's like a dramatic pause and like a dramatic sigh before he says, this is the thanks I get the first time. I fixed some of the awkward like syllable stresses. Like instead of it's the least you could say, you changed it a little bit to it's the least that you could say. And just generally tried to make the lyrics sound cooler and less like they were the first draft. And now you question my methods while you reap of my generosity. And then here right before the evil part, I mean, I just added a little line to sort of bridge the gap there. No hesitations, no regrets. I didn't want to do this. And then we get to the evil part.
But I'm hypnotized by how these pages flip because I refuse to have my power.
Oh. What if at the end of this part we brought back the at all costs line? I have to do this at all costs. That's the name of another song in the movie, so. In this book I may have my mind lost, but I must protect my home at all costs. That's cool, we like that. Well, that's basically it for the lyrics. You know, a lot of these probably aren't final, so I'll leave them for you to hear when I'm actually done. But now I want to see if I can, like, make a better instrumental for the song. I'm not sure how, but I'll figure it out. I found it. So my dad has this snare drum that I think we might be able to use. Because the first thing I thought this song could use was like the a little bit of that, sort of like a sinister march. I need something that I guess people usually use a towel or something, but I just used this Maruchan shirt that was lying on the floor. Yeah, that's the sound we want. How am I gonna dampen the bottom of the drum too? Sounds like a roll, sort of. Is there something like, look, I'm not a percussionist. All I know is hit instrument with stick. And we can come over here. We need like sinister chords for this. I mean, this is just like a proof of concept, so we'll probably just end up using piano. Key is a song in E flat. So some like that type of beat. And like I said, for the most part, this sort of instrumental in the beginning, it does work to kind of keep it a little bit upbeat, but not too upbeat. Yeah, we'll go with that. And for this part, I basically kept the same sort of vibe, except for the bow, just for a little extra weight. It's kind of rough, but I think it sounds okay. Oh, I did steal that one part at this part. So the biggest changes I would say are not adding the and also at the end of the verse I put in this jarring piano chord, just as sort of a yeah, so the piano sounds like shit because it's just me playing it and then going into the microphone, but I'm trying here. And in the end, I wanted to make it even more dramatic, so it kind of slows down, and you get this. So, see, I think all that's left to do now is the actual cover. I mean, I'll try my best to be evil, but I'm not great at it. And I'm definitely gonna be changing the melody because it's too major for my liking. I wanna see if I can make it minor. Yeah, like when it comes to keys, minors are my favorite. So I'm sitting here listening to what I recorded. It still kind of sounds like shit. I mean, I'm really not sure about some of the lyrics I changed. Honestly, I might have made it worse. Also, I can't like do evil villain voice. I just can't do it. And also the recording of my quality is garbage. I also went back and listened to some of the older Disney villain songs for inspiration, and I'm slowly realizing that they're all British.
Be prepared. Prince Ali, yes it is he, but not as you know him. Poor unfortunate souls.
As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating.
Like fire, hellfire.
Mama knows best.
Your granny lied. I'd rather be shiny.
So that might be another thing holding this song back. It's just a guy. At least to, American ears, villains are British. I thought about doing a British accent, but that would just be terrible. But I don't know, I'll let you be the judge. Did I make it worse or did I make it less worse?
I can't help it if you can't see the way. It's pathetic. You think you know best? You think you know pain? I'm the king, I work magically. When it comes to looks, no one matches me. Yeah, I'm passionate, I'm not petulant. Someone praise me for my benevolence. Just look. I give you shelter, I give you clothes. If you really need them most, I'd be the first one to volunteer my troops. If ever you're in trouble, I can't let this kingdom crumble. I welcomed you all here from nearby cities and distant lands. I clean up all your messes and I keep you safe any way I can. I give and give and give and give. There's no need to pay me back. All I want is just a little bit of respect. And this is the thanks I get. Oh, come on, don't worry about them. You're a great king. Is that so? Of course. I mean, where to even begin? You're so brilliant. That's the least that you could say. There's more. Oh, come on now. Yeah, you're cute. And strong. And bold. And brave. Thanks, fellas. I'm a saint, it's true. I built this whole city just for you. And now you're complaining? You've got no clue how hard it is to do what I do. I did 14 wishes last year. That's impressive. Would you agree? And now you question my methods while you reap of my generosity. You know I've always had your back, so why can't you just trust me? I've been nothing but gracious and kind since the day that we met. And this is the thanks I get. No hesitations, no regrets. I didn't want to do this. I swore I'd never do this. But I'm hypnotized by how these pages flip. I refuse to have my power stripped. A potion, a spell, a summon, a curse. Anything to make that light reverse. In this book I may have my mind lost, but I must protect my home. At all costs. There's a traitor in our midst, an errant, insidious snake. Just come on out. I'm sure that all of this is a big mistake. I'll find you soon enough. Until then, I will take no break. The sacrifices that I must make. No, nothing can ruin this claim I've staked. I've been through the storm for all your sakes, and yet. This is the thanks I get.